Have you ever considered what it would feel like to receive a phone call from a murderer halfway through his heinous act? Imagine, if you will, a quiet evening at the police station, when an anonymous call pierces the stillness. The voice at the other end, eerily calm, claims to have committed half a murder in a prestigious five-star hotel. Half a murder. A chilling phrase that sends shivers down the spine, don't you think? This isn't your run-of-the-mill prank call. There's an unsettling sincerity to the voice, a chilling certainty that forces you to take notice. The police naturally are skeptical. After all, how does one commit half a murder? But there's something about that phone call, something that doesn't sit right. The calmness, the assurance, it's enough to ruffle even the most seasoned officer. The decision is made swiftly. There's a potential crime scene at a five-star hotel, and it needs to be investigated immediately. The officers on duty exchange wary glances, their instincts telling them that this is not an ordinary case. They gear up, their minds filled with questions. What does half a murder mean? Who's the victim? And most importantly, who's the caller? As they drive through the glimmering city, the grandeur of the five-star hotel looms ahead. It's a symbol of luxury and opulence, a place where the rich and famous come to escape their worries. But tonight, it's the epicenter of a potential crime, a potential murder. The unsettling phone call has set the wheels in motion. The police, driven by duty and curiosity, are about to step into the unknown. The grand entrance of the hotel awaits, its golden lights casting long, ominous shadows. But what lies beyond the entrance is a mystery, a twisted tale that's yet to unfold. And so our detectives find themselves standing in front of the grand entrance of the five-star hotel, unaware of the twisted mystery that awaits them inside. What could possibly link two seemingly unrelated rooms in a luxurious five-star hotel to a half-committed murder? Deep within the polished halls of this opulent establishment lie two rooms that are central to our mystery. Room 314 and Room 407, seemingly ordinary, yet shrouded in an inexplicable sense of unease. Each room is a testament to luxury, draped in the finest silks, adorned with antique furniture, and bathed in the soft, warm glow of ornate chandeliers. But the atmosphere within them is anything but ordinary. There's an eerie stillness that hangs in the air, a silence that's almost deafening. It's as if the rooms themselves are holding their breath, withholding secrets that could unravel the mystery we're desperate to solve. Our detectives, hardened by years of experience yet unsettled by the enigmatic nature of this case, have begun their investigation. They comb through every inch of the rooms, their keen eyes scanning for any clue, any anomaly that might lead them closer to the truth. In room 314, they find a chilling discovery: a half-burnt cigarette, still faintly smoldering in the ashtray. The room reeks of smoke, yet there's no guest registered under that room. In room 407, there's a different story. The room is impeccably clean, almost obsessively so, but a single glass of untouched whiskey on the counter seems out of place. The drink has been poured, but not a single sip has been taken. These findings only serve to deepen the mystery. They raise more questions than answers, making the detectives question everything they know. Who was in room 314? Why was the whiskey in room 407 untouched? And most importantly, what is the connection between these two rooms and the half-committed murder? With more questions than answers, our detectives find themselves tangled in a web of enigmas, questioning every shadow and every silence. What does a half-murder even mean? Can a crime so brutal be only half committed? These questions hang heavy in the cold air of the hotel room as the detectives ponder the enigma presented to them. The anonymous caller had mentioned a half-murder. This wasn't a term found in any law enforcement handbook or in the annals of crime history. It was a phrase that seemed to defy both logic and semantics. It suggested a crime that was somehow incomplete, an act of violence that was only halfway done. As the detectives grapple with this puzzling concept, the theories begin to form. Could it mean that the victim was left half alive, caught somewhere between life and death? This would certainly explain the urgency in the caller's voice. Or could it mean that the killer had only finished half his job, leaving a trail of clues behind, like breadcrumbs for the detectives to follow? Perhaps it's a metaphorical half. Maybe it indicates a crime of passion where the perpetrator was stopped midway, leaving them with a sense of unfulfilled vengeance. Or it could be a symbolic half, suggesting that the murder was just one part of a larger, more sinister plot. Every theory adds another layer of complexity to the mystery. It's like a crime novel where each page reveals a new twist, a new piece of the puzzle. But unlike a novel, there's no guarantee of a satisfying resolution at the end. This is real life, and the stakes are incredibly high. As they delve deeper into the concept of a half-murder, the detectives realize that they're not just dealing with a murder case. They're dealing with a mind game, a psychological cat-and-mouse chase between them and the anonymous caller. The caller, it seems, is not just a killer, but a master manipulator, using words and riddles to lead the detectives on a wild goose chase. As the detectives grapple with this puzzling concept, the clock keeps ticking, turning the hotel's golden walls into a haunting maze of unanswered questions. In a hotel filled with hundreds of guests, how do you find a killer who is hiding in plain sight? A question that lingers in the air, heavy with the weight of the unsolved mystery. Our detectives, seasoned in their craft, are plunged into a sea of faces, each carrying the potential to be the one they seek. The hunt for the killer is a daunting task. The hotel, once a haven of luxury and relaxation, now serves as the killer's playground. The detective's mission is not just to catch a criminal, but to prevent the completion of a macabre masterpiece. The difficulties they face are manifold. A murderer clever enough to commit a crime in such a public place is no ordinary foe. They are dealing with a mastermind, a ghost who leaves no trace, a puppeteer who pulls the strings from the shadows. False leads abound. Every suspicious glance, every nervous tick, every out-of-place gesture sends them spiraling down a rabbit hole, only to emerge empty-handed. The pressure mounts with every passing minute. The hotel, teeming with guests, becomes a ticking time bomb. The detectives find themselves in a race against time, a race where the stakes could not be higher. Each second that slips by is a second that brings the killer closer to his gruesome goal. And with every tick of the clock, the tension ratchets up another notch. Yet our detectives remain undeterred. Their resolve, fueled by the urgency of their task, is unshakable. They navigate the labyrinth of the hotel, their eyes ever watchful, their minds ever sharp. They know that the slightest misstep could mean the difference between life and death. In this deadly game of hide and seek, the detectives are the seekers, and the killer is the one hiding. Every tick of the clock brings the killer one step closer to completing his gruesome act. But with each tick, the detectives are also one step closer to unmasking the face of the killer. The hunt is on, and the game is far from over. In the final act of this chilling tale, every piece of the puzzle falls into place, revealing a picture that no one expected. Our detectives, with their relentless pursuit of the truth, finally cracked the code behind the two-room mystery in the five-star hotel. The half-murder had everyone stumped, but it was this enigma that proved to be the key to unlocking the case. The killer, a seemingly insignificant character who was hiding in plain sight, was none other than the hotel's head chef. A master of deception, he'd cloaked his dark intentions beneath a facade of culinary expertise. His choice of weapon? A rare, exotic poison, camouflaged in the victim's last meal. The half-murder was not a botched attempt as initially thought, but a carefully calculated act of malice. The chef intended to leave his victim in a perpetual state of suffering, half alive but trapped in a death-like stupor. The Two Rooms Enigma was the chef's twisted way of leaving a signature. He had meticulously arranged for the victim to be moved between the rooms, creating an illusion of a larger conspiracy. The detectives, initially misled by this ploy, managed to unravel the truth after a painstaking investigation. With the mystery solved, the arrest was swift. The chef, caught off guard, could not resist the law's firm hand. In a twist of irony, the phone call that he had made to report the half-murder, confident that he had left no trace, was the thread that ultimately led to his unraveling. The resolution of the case brought a sense of closure, but also left a chilling reminder of the dark corners of human nature. The five-star hotel returned to its usual rhythm, its opulence belying the sinister tale that had unfolded within its walls. And so, in the heart of luxury and opulence, a sinister tale of murder comes to a close, leaving behind a haunting echo of the phone call that started it all.